All right, I'll start off my first weekend winner this weekend is the LSU coaching staff. Of course, the players are winners on the field as they advance to the college football playoff. First time the program has been into the Final Four, and for that, Scott Woodward is going to have to clear about $380,000 worth of bonus money. Ed Ogeron will take home the heftiest check at $200,000. After that, Dave Aranda, the defensive coordinator, will give a $25,000 kiss, as well as will Steve Ensminger. The offensive coordinator, Tommy Robinson, will all receive $25K. Joe Brady, the passing game coordinator and wide receivers coach, will get a $15,000 bonus for the SEC championship. But his agent, Trace Armstrong, and him are really weekend winners because they got a new contract coming their way shortly. Bill Bush gets $15K. James Craig, $15K. Mickey Joseph, Greg McMahon, Corey Raymond, all those guys, $15,000 into the bank account for bonuses after an SEC title.
Nice little Christmas bonus there for the boys on staff. My weekend winners. I think I was a weekend winner. I got to meet a Marvel superhero in real life. Anthony Mackie, who of course plays Black Falcon and seems to be the next Captain America, potentially. We'll have to wait and see. He saw me after the game. If you've ever seen me on game day, you see me in that ridiculous Tommy Bahama Hawaiian shirt. He loved it so much. He was like, oh, man, I love that shirt. I was like, Anthony Mackie, I love you. This is awesome. This is great. And, after walking away, I went to take a picture with Mackie. As I went to go for a selfie, he was like, no, man, I can't do it. I've been drinking. And, of course not, right? I mean, the Disney, the mouse, you ain't about to get any of the stars out there with any bad public images. Well, I was with Matt Moscona at the time. And Matt, being a good friend, went to take a picture of us two. Jordy, you witnessed this. Ooh. And what it led to, it's like an ad lib here, a mad lib. Matt Moscona and Anthony Mackie. Matt Moscona and Captain America almost got into a fight in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta.
I'm so uncomfortable.
Because so I was like, after he told me no pictures, like, oh yeah, man, I get it for sure. But Moscona didn't hear him, and he went to snap a picture of us too, thinking it'd be nice. And Mackie snags his phone. It's like, don't be that guy. You really want to do this? Don't be that guy. He looks at me. He's like, this guy with you? I'm like, yes, please calm down. Do not want Anthony Mackie or anybody getting in a fight here. Everybody just calm down. It's all good.
I was like, Moscona, F that guy, bro. Get him.
Yeah, I don't think Jordy or Matt knew who it was.
How cool to get a black eye, though, from Anthony Mackie. That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, it would be awesome. But he actually asked for my Hawaiian shirt. I awkwardly had to tell him no. I was like, when I asked him for the picture. But very, very surreal experience watching Moscona and Anthony Mackie almost get...
The best part is Moscona probably still thinks he's more important than that guy.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt in my mind.
He had it rattled.
Oh,
Uber ride home, he was like, did you see that guy? Yeah, bro. I thought you came off a little soft letting him walk.
It was cool, though. It was
That's
really
awesome
cool.
that you got to meet him.
Yeah.
My weekend winner is the Peloton girl. Okay, so last month, high-tech fitness company Peloton released an ad, Time for Holiday Shopping, that featured the effects of their luxury stationary bike, the effects it had on a woman. I'm sure most of you have seen it. If you haven't, go look it up. The words that come out of her mouth seem positive, inspiring, but the expressions on her face were interpreted by some as pained and traumatized. So people started making memes, online jokes, the whole deal. So enter Ryan Reynolds and Aviation Jen. So Ryan Reynolds, owner of Aviation Jen, they put out this commercial. So the spot opens with the so-called Peloton Woman, whose name is Michelle Ruiz, by the way. She's staring expressionless into the camera. The shot pans out to reveal her surroundings. So she's in a bar with her friends. You can tell they're like kind of awkwardly trying to like cheer her up. It almost, you can tell it's like they're sort of trying to cheer up after an ended relationship.
Yeah, right.
So they cheers to new beginnings. And at the very end of the spot, one of the friends looks at her and says, "You look great, though, by the way," which was supposedly a subtle jab at Peloton. When Ruiz was interviewed, she said, "When Ryan and his production team called about Aviation Jen, they helped me find some humor in the situation. I'm grateful to both Peloton and now Aviation Jen for the work and giving me the opportunity to do what I love." Because, I mean, after the commercial, she was sort of attacked online, over and over.
Really
Because imagine this.
Because the internet's terrible.
Imagine
It
this.
is such a vile place, man.
Peloton, so everybody's like interpreting this Peloton ad however they want, but what it ultimately comes down to is they're like, man, that girl has resting terrible face. Because like that's the thing. It's not like Peloton told her to go in and look miserable. They wanted her to look excited, but everyone interpreted her faces as miserable. So I'm sure that was a little bit of a blowback to her. But good for her.
He
On like taking
good
it and
for-
running with it.
Good for Ryan Reynolds as well. I don't know that there is a human being that is better at commercials than Ryan Reynolds. Have you seen the him and Hugh Jackman crossover commercials for Hugh Jackman's coffee company and Aviation Gin?
I haven't seen them.
If you have not seen them, go look them up on YouTube. Like, they are just legitimately funny, and they happen to also be commercials. God, I love Ryan Reynolds.
So Danielle Hunter, as we mentioned in headlines, absolutely went off on Sunday. He had 3 sacks to get the record for the fastest NFL player to 50 sacks. He's about 4 months younger than the previous record holder, Robert Quinn.
Jeez.
He now has 12 and a half sacks in 13 games. And he gave most of the credit to his teammates after the win as well, which really shows you what kind of a guy he is.
I hate Les Miles and John Chavis.
You know, you really got to look at the performance. Like, between LSU and the NFL, like, why did he not have that production here?
Because they had his hand in the dirt.
It's the most absurd disparity I've ever seen in my entire life. That this
Really
guy is looking. He, as you just pointed out, Nick, he is on pace to be an all-time NFL sack guy.
That stat
and I think
alone,
he had 3. I think he had like 3 or 4.
I think it was like 2.5.
Oh my god!
That stat alone. Can we get Danielle Hunter's career stats at LSU?
Sure.
Oh wow!
I think it was. I mean, like that stat alone, the fastest, the youngest to 50 sacks in the NFL. I mean that's that.
Beat the guy by 4 months.
I mean, they.
All right, my weekend winner is former Red Sox slugger David Ortiz. He made his first public appearance in the Dominican Republic yesterday, nearly 6 months after he was shot in what authorities called a case of mistaken identity. The Dominican-born superstar was greeted by a standing ovation and raucous cheers when he entered the Quisqueya Stadium for the Game of Legends match. He thanked his fans, fellow players, and the press for its support after the shooting. He didn't play, but, I mean, good on him. It looks like he made well in his recovery. Sounded brutal.
Nathan, I think that
big
you're
copy.
a weekend winner for somehow stumbling across a David Ortiz story.
I saw that.
I know you have never heard of David Ortiz
We
before
talked
you
about
saw that headline.
story. Yeah, we talked about that story on the show whenever it happened, like the day after it happened.
Mistaken identity. I don't know. Big Poppy? I mean,
No chance.
It's a little tough to mistake the man himself.
Danielle Hunter had 4.5 sacks at LSU.
Oh,
Barf.
wow. 4.5.
Man.
Way above that 2.5 number.
One per year. One per year. My next weekend winner was me and Little Jay, man.
Yeah.
One of those experiences that you know while you're in the moment, kind of like watching this LSU football team this season. These are the good old days, people.
Yep.
This is as good. This is as good as it gets as far as watching, covering, being a fan of any type of football program, and to take my 8-year-old son to the SEC championship for the weekend. And have some pretty cool access, staying in the media hotel, seeing a lot of people walk around, a lot of people he sees on TV and finds and just loves the game. It was cool. The SEC fanfare experience on Saturday is a great. It's just a great. It's a great showcase of college football.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember being 12 years old, so a little bit older than Lil J, but back in 01, going with my grandpa.
Yeah.
And a couple years later in 03, very special memories that I still carry with me to this day. So, little Jordan will too. Also, shout out to everybody who came and said what's up to us at FanFest. We had to read the show from. It was really fun. One more. Give me one more.
yeah.
Give me one more.
I'm just saying we're done.
Okay. My weekend winner. It's a bit of a winner and a loser. Now, you didn't go in there. The Mercedes-Benz press box. Okay, a lot of positives in that it was actually closed off, which was surprisingly kind of nice. It's shocking how little you could hear the crowd in there. But the ergonomic chairs were just fantastic.
I thought that there were a lot of positives about that building.
Yeah. So, I mean, in my experience, I've heard some other people on the terrace level maybe say different, but press box was great for the most part. The cookies and ice cream everywhere.
Cookies.
They were delicious. I probably took down 6 or 7 chocolate chips.
The souvenir cups were $4. I mean, like the prices in that stadium were incredible.
I think I was actually texting y'all about the
We
cookies.
had a whole conversation about cookies.
Yeah, during the game.
I
showing how
lost it at that. I was just like, whatever.
I was very hungry,
but
but no hot dogs.
Really?
No hot dogs.
Say what?
Yeah, man.
Are you about to give us another one?
I just
What are
got
we
one
doing?
more.
Okay.
I got one more. Ole Miss Sorority Row.
Yeah.
I mean, the lane train is steaming into Oxford last night. Did you see the jet land in Oxford? They're handing him newborns, toddlers.
kissing babies.
He's kissing
Kissing babies.
babies. He's
That's
coming
wild.
in.
I wonder sometimes if he, like, Lane's so laid back and cool and whatever, but sometimes I wonder if he's like, all right, can we move past that whole stereotype so I can be a real coach?
He embraces it.
Sometimes. He doesn't ever, like,
embraces it.
respond to stuff like
On
that, like
Twitter,
the
he
sorority girl
embraces it.
stuff.
So, as a Mississippi State fan, what do you think about Ole Miss hiring him?
I love Lane, so it's hard for me to like be mad about it. Like, I want to see him succeed. We'll see if Ole Miss really won in a couple years. A lot of Ole Miss people seem to not be excited. Some of like the media members. But I love Lane, so whatever. It'll be fun.
And the thing is, he's won. I mean, at FAU, they won 2 conference championships. He did it again.
No, I think it'll be really
Saturday.
interesting to see him back at an SEC school.
In Arkansas, if you had that guy and you had him close to finalizing a deal and you let him go for what's being reported like was in some circles like $850,000.
It's
All
bad.
right, weekend
Arkansas
loser.
went but they're going the Ogeron route. A guy who
CEO.
wanted the job, Georgia's O-line coach.
Oh, Arkansas, that coach.
He's kind of a perfect fit, though. I mean, Pittman looks like a human feral hog.
Does anyone have their
Like
finger?
he looks like the human version of a feral hog.
Does anyone have their finger on the pulse of like Arkansas fans right now? Like, what are they feeling
So
like?
real quick, Rivs, just play this video. This is how they introduced him.
With who, Lane or
on
Pittman?
Twitter. No, this is Hunter Yurachek introducing the athletic director at Arkansas, introducing the new head coach. Can we get the audio here?
Nope.
Okay, sweet.
But yeah, no, it's interesting. If you haven't seen the video, they're all out there. You can go find them. But that poor guy.
Try it on the way out.
Nope.
Nope. All right.